Hey everybody, I am just kind of scrambling here in the moment to get everybody on. Says it's waiting. Okay, thanks for that. I think that might be you, Masha. Um, please go to. It's going to take me just a few moments here to get organized to try to get everybody that was waiting on the Zoom, because Zoom is down right now, to get everybody across to YouTube. So I'm going to keep trying. um, my channel. And I have a feeling that you're in. Okay, great. Oh, I'm glad it's you. Good. All right, that is Masha. I've got somebody else coming in on that. Would you guys just mind typing in, Masha? I know you're on. Um, just typing and telling me who's on so I can see. I got to check a few more people. Where is this? There is, yes. Hey, I am on my YouTube channel under my name. Awesome. Okay, we are almost there. I want to try to get a few more people. Sarah, okay. Oh, maybe that's you, Sarah. Is that you, Sarah? So I want to try really quickly. I need like 1 more minute. I appreciate your patience. And I had some good stuff that I wanted to talk about today. Here. I'm trying to remember who has else I've been sending stuff to. These are the 3 today's. Awesome. I see 2 peeps on there, so I will be on there in a second, or get started with it in a second. Just trying to get everybody else to know that we're on YouTube right now. Zoom's down. Please go to YouTube and look up. And go from there. Okay, just did that. Couple more peeps. Okay, good. Oops, let's go back here. Almost there, my dedicated students. I'm proud of you guys for bouncing across. This is interesting, this whole world of the reality. If Zoom goes down, what do we do? More awareness with technology. I don't see anybody else on yet. All right, we will be getting started here in a second. I just wanted to make sure. I think that's good. I think who else from today? All right, guys. So, let me do a change now. Just double checking one more thing, and we will get going, because I would like us to be on time, at least for the ending of our practice, and I'd like to get us as long a practice as possible. So, there we go. A couple more peeps. Okay, so let's go ahead and get ourselves together here. I was reading through some notes out of an old journal, and it was sort of breaking out the various elements of yogic philosophy. And one of those pieces is santosha. the idea of contentment, and how in the challenging times that we're in, but ultimately all the time, no matter what's happening, how do we drop in and seek and stay really in contentment even as things get more challenging? So I personally feel that this practice supports me in that, because I have this time frame, and honestly, usually not this long. Most of the practices that I will do, at least for myself, are along the lines of 25, 35 minutes. And I truly don't, let's see, sorry, just go oh boy, channel from the main youtube.com. Okay. Oh, good. So I'm sorry to ask you guys to do this. Could you possibly type in who's here so I can kind of keep a tab on what's going? There's a chat. Hopefully you can see I had written earlier, welcome everyone. And if it's possible to type what you, just who's here, that way I can kind of keep track of it in my head. And that way I can make sure that everybody's here that reached out and needed to be here. So as I was saying, oh, great. Good to have you, Carol. So what I was saying earlier about this idea of contentment, or in yogic language, santosha, is practicing something. And in this experience, we're practicing iRest meditation as a form of meditation, contemplative practice, so that we can drop into staying within a space of contentment. And we know how hard that is. I particularly was not content when I realized that Zoom was down again. It was offline earlier today, I heard about. And then I was sitting here, waiting for everybody to start coming on the call, because Sundays are usually a bit busier. And, oh, good. Glad you're here, Marty and Masha. So it was really challenging initially. I was like, oh crap, what do I do? And I had thought about it earlier, like, okay, well, we'll just jump to YouTube Live. And so here we are. But within that immediate reaction, and we talk about this a lot in our practice, is this idea of being responsive more than reactive. In the physical asana part of our practice, we get those challenges of balancing on one leg, and the wiggles kick in, and we start to, all the language goes off in our head, and we feel challenged in that way. But in our yogic practices of stillness, contentment is the same idea. Instead of movement, it's what's crossing the mind. And everything, all hell can be breaking loose around us. And instead of that very reactionary state of, oh my gosh, I'm going to fall over, we get this pause moment. And this pause can be an absolute nanosecond, or it can be, we can create it a little bit longer so that we have this ability to settle and then be, oh yes, this is not maybe the perfect expectation of how I wanted to do practice, because I love the interaction with seeing and talking to everybody, but this is still, we're still doing our work together. We're still doing our practice. The beauty of us as humans is we have this wonderful prefrontal cortex, which gives us a little bit more discernment. We're not going to get into how old we are when certain elements of our discernment is engaged, or male versus female, because it's still the prefrontal cortex. But in the grand scheme of being human, it allows us to kind of have that moment of discernment or of pause. And we know when we get really engaged or hypervigilant or overwhelmed, we're super fast to engage into whatever's happening and reacting. But the actual awareness of pause is hard to find. If we do it in this practice, when we do it in this practice, we can take it out there in the rest of the world and the rest of the day to day with a little bit more strength of practice. And that's, I think Zach said it the other day, why do we call it practice? I've always kind of kidded around, but the reality is that there is no such thing as the perfect yogi. When we reach enlightenment and we're gone, poof, off we go. So the reality is that it's something that we do every day. And it's literally, I think the longer we practice, it's something that we do more and more and more. A wonderful Iyengar teacher named Eric Schiffman wrote a wonderful book, and I'm completely blanking on the name right now. And his whole thing was, we get on our mat together in a yoga studio or in our home for an hour a day, maybe 2 when we're super really rocking it out. But the reality is we should really be in our practice those other 23 hours. The being on the mat's the refinement, the practice, then the other 23 hours, even when we're sleeping, we're sorting, the brain is sorting, we're creating this awareness of being in practice all the time. So I just wanted to offer that out as a piece of information for remembering that as we get back into this new swing of opening up, as most of us in Florida are, it's going to feel different. It's going to feel challenging. And at the same time, it's just another way to practice. It's just another muscle load for the muscle of the mind and how we respond. So let's go ahead and jump into practice. I will keep all of our timings, and I will be timely at completing practice at our usual 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we will probably get about a 35-minute practice. So go ahead and wiggle around. Get yourself set up here. And bring attention now to how your body is resting. The support of the earth below you. The sensation of the floor, the bed, or the chair as it rests against your skin. And notice here the sensations on your skin. Maybe the coolness of the air as it crosses your skin. Maybe the texture of your clothing. And bring attention to your mouth, welcoming here any flavors that you notice, any smells in your nose, maybe your cologne or perfume. And begin to notice how thinking mind is reaching out for sound. The sounds in the space that you're noticing in your space, the sound of my voice as it transmits to yours, maybe the air conditioner or the street sounds outside. And invite thinking mind to slowly soften back. And so ultimately it will, for the rest of our practice, allow sound to come to you. There's no efforting that needs to be made here with thinking mind to figure out sound. So as with all of our other senses, welcome as everything comes to you. And ultimately turning that awareness deeper to the internal experience. And bring attention to your eyes and welcome them, whether they feel more comfortable, open, gently, finding a still point to focus on, or closed. Whatever feels most secure for you and the rest of your practice. Wherever you are with your eyes, just let the muscles that are surrounding them completely soften. So there's no tension or strain in any way. Just noticing here the eyes softening gently. And welcome here your intention for practice today. What drew you to practice this afternoon? And if something comes to you gently to yourself, repeat it 3 times, just allowing it to settle into this present moment experience of your intention. And then we'll broaden this idea of our intention to the experience of your heart's deepest desire or mission. Something that you most want, maybe for yourself, maybe for someone else, maybe for the world around you. And as you notice and hold that space open for your heart's deepest mission or desire, notice what's rising in the background. Maybe it feels awkward or silly in the beginning. Absolutely no way to do this wrong. So holding the space open for it to unfold welcomes whatever comes behind the awkwardness or the silliness. And if something does come to you for your heart's desire or mission, notice what it would feel like in your body now if it were true right this moment. So we're not waiting for the future to arrive. We're welcoming this heart's deepest desire or mission as if it were true right now. And then we notice, what does it feel like in the body as we take the thought out of the mind and we feel it in the body? We call that the felt sense. So welcome here the felt sense of your heart's deepest mission or desire if it were true right now. And then gently we'll place it off to the side to re-engage with it at the end of our practice. We'll welcome now our inner resource, that place that when we're there, there's a deep, supportive sense of security. Maybe a sacred place that you've created for yourself in your home. Maybe a beautiful place that you love in nature. Wherever you feel most secure, will allow all of the senses to gather that information to create this space of the inner resource. So whatever comes to you, and again, if nothing comes, perfectly fine. The way you feel at the end of our practice may support your inner resource for the next time you practice. But in this moment, if something comes to you, allow yourself to notice the colors of your inner resource. Are there textures, shapes, maybe specific movements within those colors that are very visible? Are there certain smells or flavors in your inner resource? Are you in this space in stillness, peacefully still? Or is there a sense and awareness of movement? Are you there in your inner resource by yourself, blissfully by yourself? Or are you with a tribe of people that are completely supportive of everything that you are without worrying of feeling awkward or silly? This space of the inner resource is completely yours. So in this moment of your practice, what do you need now? What elements support you feeling a deep awareness of security? The body is comfortable, thinking mind is gently at ease. And as all of this comes together with the senses, allow yourself to begin to seek the felt sense, the feeling state of being in your inner resource. And we'll harness this experience here and use it throughout the rest of practice, or maybe the rest of the week or day. At any point, if anything tries to knock you out of that sense of softness and security, peace and ease, you can drop back into the inner resource and regroup and regather that deep, abiding sense of wellness, wholeness, and security. I invite you now to welcome my voice as it becomes yours, and will gently move attention around the body. And I invite you to welcome awareness as a greater expression of attention. You may find that your eyes may try to lead the way for you. When you notice that, gently thank them and come back to an awareness of resting. There's absolutely no way to do this wrong. And so from here, we'll bring attention, all of our attention, to the awareness of the sole of the left foot. Welcome whatever you notice there. Maybe nothing, maybe something. And gently draw that attention almost as if it were contained in a ball or a balloon. See if you can draw that awareness of your attention to the top of your left kneecap. And continue along that left thigh bone and drop into the center of the left hip joint. And welcome the entire length of the left leg, from sole of the foot to the hip joint, all of the muscles completely softening. No tension, no strain anywhere in the left leg. As the muscles at the back of your eyes rest again, gently move your attention through the center line of your body and drop down and back into the right hip joint. This deep softening and letting go of any tension or strain in the right hip joint. And that shape, ball, maybe balloon of attention moves its awareness down the upper right leg, pausing at the top of your right kneecap. And drawing down the right shin all the way to rest at the sole of your right foot. Welcome here any tensions or strains, anything that comes into your awareness. Welcome it as a messenger. And notice in the moment whatever comes to you at the sole of your right foot. And then welcome the whole right leg, from sole of the foot to the right hip joint, all of the muscles, releasing any tension or strain. The whole right leg softens here. And welcome both legs now, resting deeply, completely supported. And draw your attention to the center of your torso, round the lower ribs, and you may feel in the moment that gentle rhythm of the breath as the body completely breathes itself. Nothing to do, nothing to change, nothing to fix. Just welcoming the torso here as it gently rises and blossoms open with the inhale and the gentle softening and resting back down of the exhale. And the whole front of your torso rests gently towards the softening spine. And this gentle awareness, just moving with the sensation of your breath, the body breathing itself. And draw your attention to the notch at the base of your throat. And notice whatever information comes to you there. Maybe the sensation of the breath, maybe a warmth, maybe nothing. And gently settle here, just noticing, just letting all of your attention gather to the notch at the base of your throat. No way to do this wrong. No way to be here wrong. No way to be you wrong. Just rest here, noticing and welcoming everything as it gently moves across the movie screen of your awareness. And gently bring your attention to rest at the left collarbone. The softness as attention drapes over the left collarbone. And glide your awareness out along the end of the collarbone, gently down through the left shoulder joint. Along the upper left arm and the elbow. Down the lower arm, coming to pause in the center of your left palm. And welcome here whatever you notice in the center of your left palm. Maybe you notice nothing. Maybe an awareness of sensation or warmth. If something does come to you here in the center of your left palm, can it express itself even more? Can you feel it any bit more? And welcome here this whole left arm, resting completely. No tension, no strain. The whole left arm, from left palm all the way back into the shoulder joint. The whole left arm, supported by the earth below. And gently glide back along that left collarbone, touching in again at the notch at the base of your throat. And welcome here all of your awareness as it gently drapes across the right collarbone. Gliding along the collarbone, dropping gently down and back into the right shoulder joint. All the tension and strain gently releasing out of the right shoulder joint and all of the muscles surrounding it. Glide down the upper arm, pausing for a moment in the right elbow. And all of the awareness drawing down the lower arm, pooling in the center of your right palm. And welcome here whatever you notice in the center of your right palm. Maybe nothing, maybe everything. And in the moment here, just welcome whatever comes to you as a gentle offering of awareness. And if something does come to you, can it express itself even more? Can you notice it? And maybe it expands itself for greater awareness. And in the moment now, just welcome the way the whole right arm softens deeply. The whole right arm, from palm to shoulder joint, completely supported by the earth below. And as you rest deeply here, welcome both arms as they soften completely. Draw all of your attention to the softness of the muscles of your neck. And draw your attention all the way to the bridge of your nose. And you may welcome here the bridge of the nose gently resting back, slightly broadening across the eyebrows. And draw attention to the muscles behind your left eye as they release completely. Welcoming awareness at the left hinge of your jaw. And awareness to the right hinge of your jaw. No tension or strain needed at all in the whole jaw. You may notice now a slight spaciousness between the upper and lower back teeth as the whole jaw rests. And bring attention to the muscles surrounding the right eye as they soften back. And welcome here the whole face as it releases. The whole face as it softens. And the whole body here completely supported by the earth below. The whole body resting. The face releasing gently. The face and the torso softening back. The face, torso, and both arms all letting go. The face, torso, both arms and the legs Welcome the awareness of the whole body resting gently here in stillness. In the way thinking mind, just like a muscle, completely softens as well. There's no efforting to be done. There's no way to be here wrong. So notice the stillness not only in the muscles and in the whole body, but in the movement of thinking mind. It may have come to slow, it may be still. In the moment here, welcome whatever awareness comes to you in thinking mind. Welcoming softness, the stillness, and this awareness of the view from you, dropping a little more internal with each moment. Welcoming and noticing a little bit more of the internal experience as it unfolds. Draw attention to the way the body is breathing itself. The sensation of the breath as it moves in and out of the body, wherever you notice it in your experience the most. In this moment, gather all of your awareness to the point in your body where you feel your breath the most. And we'll take 1 minute here together in silence, just welcoming all of our attention and awareness, staying with that sensation of where the breath is entering and exiting the body. For a minute here, together in silence. And bring attention now to the way your body is resting, supported by the earth below. The way thinking mind drops back into spaciousness itself. We'll bring attention to the center of that awareness. You may notice it somewhere in the body or somewhere else. But in this moment, what is the felt sense, feeling state in your body of the center of your awareness? What does that feel like in this moment in your body? And from here, we'll give ourselves the opportunity to radiate to the edges of our awareness. What is the felt sense of the periphery of our awareness? How far can you feel your awareness reach so that you can encompass the entire broadening of your awareness? What is the felt sense of the periphery of your awareness? Welcoming whatever comes to you, even if it's nothing. Just resting, welcoming, and softening. And welcome in the moment the felt sense of the center of your awareness. Recalling that felt sense. And then again, come back to the periphery of your awareness. What does that felt experience feel like in the body? The felt sense of the periphery of your awareness. And again, draw all of your awareness back to the center. What is the felt sense of the center of your awareness? And allow that experience to gently be held by the full engagement of the earth below. Drawing into the center of your awareness. What does that feel like in your body in this moment? And welcome here, the whole body resting, the whole body softening deeply. Thinking mind completely releasing back. This open, spacious awareness that's gently awake and alert, yet dropping into this well of stillness. With all of the awareness that everything is changing around it. Rest in that still point, welcoming everything as it comes, every sensation, every thought, every emotion, image, idea, flavor, and smell. Even as all of that is changing around you, rest in the stillness. Welcome that awareness of stillness. And in that moment, we drop further into contentment, into this present moment experience that just is. Nothing needs to change. Nothing needs to be different. Here we welcome ourselves exactly as we are, perfectly as we are, without needing to change or be anything other than exactly who we are. There's no way to be you wrong. So rest here. Find that sweet, gentle stillness, remembering it's only a breath away. And notice and welcome here, recalling your heart's deepest desire from the beginning of our practice. You may notice that it is completely changed. You may also welcome that it's completely forgotten. So notice here in this moment, welcome your heart's deepest mission or desire. And slowly bring attention back to your mouth, welcoming there any flavors that may be lingering. Bringing attention to the nose, welcoming any smells around you, maybe your fabric softener, your perfume or cologne. And reach gently out to your skin, welcoming any sensations that you're aware of here. The texture of your clothing or the blanket covering you. Maybe the waistband of your pants. Gently, slowly invite thinking mind back out to notice the sounds around you, the sounds in your space, the sound of my voice. And when you're ready, slowly, gently, welcome thinking mind back online as you gently blink your eyes back open, coming back gently to a more awake, alert, and ultimately eyes open state of awareness. The practice of Yoga Nidra is now complete. So we practiced for just over 36 minutes, one of the shorter practices that we have done in this Yoga Nidra quarantine practice. Pretty simple body scan as per usual, starting at the left foot, moved our way up through the body, very quickly made through the left eye, hinge of the jaw, right. We actually started at the bridge of the nose and the eyebrows, and then circled down the left side and back up the right. We did 1 minute in silence, pausing at wherever we felt the entrance and exit of the breath, where it was moving in and out of the body. We did that for a minute. And then we moved into the back and forth of the center back out to the periphery of awareness. I found that really seemed to be the right thing to do, and it can, when we have a shorter period of time, can really give us that expression or experience of the vastness and the stillness of the practice. Sometimes that's a nice big hitter, so to speak, in the practice. If you have any questions, you could always type them into the chat bar. For going forward, I think since Zoom has been having problems, what I'll be doing is, depending on how you get your links, I will also remind you to come back. If for some reason the Zooms aren't working, we'll come back to this version of the YouTube channel going live now that I finally figured out how to do it. It took me a while there. And I hope that the practice was still supportive in some way. This will also stay on the website, on the YouTube channel. I'll probably try to edit the ends off and on so it's just the practice. If you have any questions and don't feel like asking in a public forum, remember you can always email me. I'm very grateful for you guys and your flexibility today. Again, if for some reason going forward these next couple of weeks, if the Zooms aren't working, head straight to the YouTube channel and we'll take it from there. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste. Take great care.